this is one of the craziest fan-made Godzilla movies ever. And we're gonna look at it. It's made by Film Corp and apparently it took him 200 days to create, which is
2 years
crazy.
ago, I promised you this.
2 years ago.
My own personal Godzilla fan film. The combination of everything I had learned doing visual effects, filmmaking, and YouTube since I was 9 years old. But I need a release date to keep my...
Is this his studio? That looks so cool. How do you get these life-size Godzillas?
Considering G-Fest, the biggest Godzilla and Kaiju convention, is happening this summer, there's no better place to premiere my short film.
I'm going there.
Which gives me just about 200 days to create and finish the Godzilla film of my dreams. And what is that dream Godzilla film, you ask? It's very simple. Futuristic samurai versus Godzilla.
Yo, we got the best movie over here. Super.
Now for this video,
Toho, write that down. Someone write that down.
Of concept, showing a preview of the final product and the quality.
Is that the Godzilla or the Samurai? I hope it takes place in like old Tokyo, like old Japan.
Which gives me just about 6 weeks to get this video made.
Damn, this took a long time, so check them out down in the description.
To make this, the first thing we need, like always, is a 3D model.
3D model?
Of Godzilla.
He's gonna make a custom Godzilla too.
I already have a lot of models at my disposal.
Come on, you gotta do custom.
I don't use any of these designs.
Exactly.
I want my own. So what does Film Corp's Godzilla look like? Well,
so he wants a samurai Godzilla. I wonder how big he's gonna make it. I don't
don't
like oversized Godzillas, low-key.
Taking him out of modern sci-fi and putting him squarely into the fantasy genre. I didn't want an irradiated lost dinosaur like in previous continuities.
That's unique. That's unique. First time he wants to go crazy.
Sense to me, well, there was only one surviving member of the species living today and nothing else. But I digress. Instead, this is the ancient Shinto god Ryujin, the god of the sea, rain.
See, he's taking inspiration from old Japanese stuff. That's cool. Like look, this is Tiamat basically.
Japanese people, the atomic bomb of World War II has corrupted and transformed him into the monstrous entity known as
so he's already using a pre-existing creature and making it radiating because of that.
To stop all industrialization and human progress, ensuring that no power on Earth can ever give rise to such a weapon again. I didn't want the typical Godzilla design for this. I wanted something much more serpentine and fantastical. The idea should be of a
I think Godzilla should be bulky. Wait, isn't that Chinese?
The idea should be of a typical Japanese dragon.
No, that's Chinese, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm not a historian, but anything.
Final concept.
I like the dorsal plates there. You know, this is sticking out. I don't know what's this called.
Truly monstrous.
Oh, even look at his hands. I like the nice detail.
And
the added detail is cool. Look. He has webbed hands to help him swim better. Godzilla should have that.
The Godzilla I have chosen to bring to life. Once I had my finished design, I opened up
his neck is long.
Sculpting.
That is a long neck.
The overall shape down and making sure the proportions and the
Would you consider this Godzilla? Because Zilla is completely different and nobody considers that as Godzilla. You know what I mean? People say that's Zilla.
And function, which is why studying anatomy is so important. You have to know how things connect and work together. Once I have this base skull,
I wonder if you can go on all fours. I guess we'll have to watch the video.
For the high fidelity sculpt. Except, and this is something that I never cover on this channel, I first had to do what is called the retopology. You see, I sculpted in Blender using what's called dynamic topology.
Bro,
which just
how do you even learn Blender, man? This just looks like a
model as needed.
Squiggles, man.
But this leaves me with a really ugly mesh that is not usable for animation.
Oh, I thought that was its skin.
I
was confused. I was like, why does that have dots?
Mesh that is usable for animation and all the stuff I need to do with it. There are automated tools to do this for you, but those come with their own set of problems. So I opted to do manual retopology instead.
Manual retopology.
And the reason why I never go over this step on this channel is because it's the most boring, tedious, and torturous thing to do. You have to go over.
I'll be honest, if anyone does Blender, that is already the most boring, tedious. I tried Blender. Oh my days.
Polygon flow and blah, 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 blah. But it does give you better results, to be fair. I decided to devote 1 or 2 days to this, which quickly became 5, and was in no way how I was wanting to be spending the little amount of time I had. You see, designing him took longer than I wanted, which I
he
won't
looks so
complain
cool.
about,
10 out of 10
since
design, I'll be honest.
Right was a non-negotiable. You don't want your monster in your monster movie to look lame. But
Exactly.
it ended up meaning I only had about a week and a bit left to do the rest. But at last, I finished retopology.
Now, I like the mustache
and
too.
It's
Ooh.
sexy. Just look at that polygon flow. Beautiful. Now, guys, doing all this can be quite
I can't
draining,
wait to see
and
his atomic beam.
sometimes
I wonder
a
what
young
color it
boy
will be.
just needs to sit back and watch a lot of YouTube. And there's no better browser for that than
Ooh,
Opera,
sponsor
as
video.
it has
I love Opera GX Loki.
is correct and the proportions are
Red?
right.
Ain't no way
it was
he's
now
making it
time
red. Ain't
for
no way.
his scales. And it's funny, but I probably spent close to a day just trying to find the right scale brush. I tried many out, but
You know what this
finally
kinda looks
it
like? You know
was
those
this one
medieval
with
armors?
jagged, broken,
That looks
overlapping
cool.
scales that I found was the right choice. It really made him look fish-like, but like an ugly ancient fish that's lived in the bottom of the ocean.
I was gonna say,
for
more like a
centuries or
crocodile, like a
millennia.
dragon. I
It
mean,
then
he was
a
going
long
for a dragon
process
thing,
of
so I
covering
guess
his
it does
entire
look.
body in these scales. I'm also adding big old gills to him because the design wouldn't make sense without them.
I wonder, can he
Personally,
fly?
I think
Because he
Godzilla
kind of
needs
looks like a
scales
dragon.
club.
Imagine later on he
Once
makes
had
it,
something
he
I
can
was
fly.
happy with, and he was sufficiently detailed. And by sufficiently, I mean 50 million polygons.
I don't know if
could
that's a lot
export
or
all
not.
this detail
That looks-
into
that sounds a
normal
lot.
Map, and it was now time for paint. And
Oh,
honestly,
what
I
color?
didn't
What
quite
color?
have
Come on,
the
you
best
cannot
idea
fumble this.
of what I wanted for his
Red?
paint job when I got to this
Loki,
stage.
like red,
But I
dark
simply
red,
opted
yeah?
to refer back to the original idea, which was of Ryujin, and chose to
Ryujin.
follow this
Hey,
ancient artwork.
pause.
Hello.
Whoa,
I
what did I
again
just
liked
see?
how it
Black
anchors
and red. Nah, he's cooking. Yo, film core might actually
to
make the
sea
perfect
serpents,
Godzilla.
which have these bright colors as they're heavily venomous. Although a heavily colorful Godzilla kind of goes against what
Yeah,
I'm
it
trying
looks
to
goofy,
do.
man.
So I made
It's
sure
not
to
as
subdue these
serious.
colors a lot and make them not too noticeable. I textured his mouth,
Hey, yo.
claws, and spines, and made sure to draw out a subsurface scatter.
Yo, we need Goji Center to make a video of him fighting against
map.
Legendary Godzilla or
That's a
something. I'll be
surprise
honest,
tool
man.
that can help us later.
Once I was happy with this, I
Nah. I love the red crescents on
export
his
all his
fins.
textures, made sure everything looked good, then rigged him up. I just reused my rig from my Grizzly the T-Rex model because it's easier than starting from scratch. It also meant I could simply reuse this cool foot rig I made, which allows me to not have to animate the toes at all. It was now time for shape keys.
Shape
These are
keys?
just
What's
slight
that?
edits of the model, which can be animated as needed.
Oh,
I gave him
no.
a snarl as well as control to have his lips and gills shake and quiver when he's roaring. And I also gave him the ability to breathe. I kind of wanted to
Whoa.
give him the white soulless eyes.
You can
from
make so
GMK
much
and
with
only
Blender. I need
Sunset
to learn it,
Godzilla,
low-key, man.
which I love.
Imagine
But I
if they
didn't
had
think
Blender
it
in,
was
like,
right for this version.
ancient
Instead,
Egyptian
I
times.
opted for a more reptilian pupil to achieve the same non-human look.
Yo, black and red eyes is crazy. I'll be honest,
and
he
feeling
looks
that I
insanely
like
strong, but
from
we
the
need to
white
see how
eyes.
big he is. I think
tested
he's
the
small.
rig like I always do, and it was now ready for animation. But exactly what am I going to
Oh, bro.
animate? Well, I initially had a very short sequence planned out that I was going to storyboard then animate, but everything else took way longer than I wanted, and by this point, I had pretty much run out of time, and I only had about a day or two to finish this animation. So instead, I'm only going to do one shot, a quick test of the model and something indicative of what I want the final thing to look like. So I once again went to don my motion capture suit,
I gotta buy myself a motion capture.
but
Shit,
had
no
to
way
put
you
it
can
away
animate
as
a
Xsense
whole of
discontinued
Gods.
the old software.
Wait, what?
Which meant I wouldn't be able to export any movement that I recorded.
What?
And it was the weekend, so they didn't respond to my email asking about the new software. I quickly tried using Rococo's AI motion capture tools, but I kept getting an error. Probably because I didn't have a clean background and my dog kept getting in the shot. Also, animating it from scratch was out of the question, as it would take me at least a day, and I really only had a few
How do you animate then?
hours.
Wait a second, I
And
thought
then
you animate
remembered
by-
that I had a bunch of saved motion capture files from my last Godzilla video. So I
Wait,
could
is this
just
how
use
he go?
one of
Film Core
those.
does his thing,
And the
he
best
motion
candidate
captures them.
was
Yeah, like this,
undoubtedly
look.
2014. Not just because the movie is still arguably the strongest in terms of overall visual.
He said it himself, bro. So I've been saying this for the longest time. 2014 has is literally Godzilla or a
exactly
movie.
how I want my Godzilla to move. I brought in the motion capture file, retargeted to my model.
Oh no, bro. Hey, no. Hey, hold
Then,
on a
with the power
second.
of editing and patience, I was able to fix it up and get something that
Okay, I was
liked.
about to say if
I really tried to make
I
his
don't know if
long
he
neck
should
sway and coil like
why is he standing on his tippy
snake,
toes?
and I liked his arms staying down by his side.
I like the
Instead
arms,
of
but the legs, I
traditional
think he should
Godzilla
crouch
hands,
down more, no?
It's almost like
It
he's
looks
ready to
cooler.
just pick you up and eat you. I animated his shake as he roars, made his tongue go
Hey.
and also made sure he snarls when needed. Something I
wanna
forgot
see if his
to
mustache
mention.
moves
I
too.
also gave him this nictitating membrane, as most reptiles have them.
How do you even
and would come in
think
handy
about that
for an
is
aquatic
crazy.
creature. I simply animated using only 2 shape keys, one for opening and closing and another to stop it from clipping, as an eye is not a perfect sphere and needs this fix. If you know a better way to animate a nictitating membrane, please tell me below, because
If I figure out, I promise you, I'll tell you.
I don't
Trust
know
me.
how to do it.
Me too, man. I'll be
Once
honest, I don't know
had this,
anything
it was
about
time
Blender.
for dynamics and our
Dynamics.
best friend, Wigglebones. This is not only how I do
The tail,
'cause
no?
I'm not
Yeah,
going
I was about to-
animate that by hand, but how I add in some secondary motion,
Wait,
like
what?
thigh shake, and in this case, some slight shake to the spines. As I
You
give
can
them
do
each
that
their
automatically.
own
I thought you had to
thumb.
animate all
And
of this.
with this,
Man, it's
the
crazy how much
animation was
technology
finished.
has advanced.
It was now time to bring it into Unreal Engine to
Unreal Engine, yo, if he makes a game with this
do
game,
the
oh
scene
no,
build
no,
and
no,
get
no, I
our
can't wait.
final image. So
I
I
can't
put
wait,
it over
man.
everything and set up the models to look as sexy as possible. But
He
before we
looks
continue,
cool. Yo, I
put
wish the
models to
whiskers
look as
had like a red gradient or even a blue one,
sexy
because you know the
as
blue atomic.
possible.
But I
want
wanna know if his atomic blue is blue or red.
An integral part of the animation, smoke. Personally, why I think Godzilla 2014 looks so great is because of the amount of smoke, haze, and elements NPC added into
I
it.
still remember
It
when
really
this
helps
teaser came out.
ingrain the CG
I still
character
remember.
into its surroundings.
But
and
Godzilla
the
2014
shots.
has too
And
much.
not
You
having
cannot
this
see
element
anything.
Of atmosphere is what can make some 3D animations look lacking. So I opened up Embergen, which is a tool for making smoke and fire, created some lingering ground fog, brought in my model and animation, and set it up as a collider so the smoke interacts and is moved around by Godzilla. I then exported it as a VDB and brought it into Unreal Engine.
Oh,
it
no,
was then
he's gonna
simply
start
a
aura
process
farming.
of coming up with a camera move and building a scene
I love
that
his
was
spikes, by
fitting
the way. It's so unique. I
for
don't know,
my
like, you know, his
Godzilla.
dorsal plate has
And
extra
that
spikes
scene
too.
was of an ancient
I don't know
Japanese
why.
city. I used a bunch of assets
Yo,
from
if
cards,
that, yo, I think this
and layered
Godzilla's tiny. I think he's -1 size. Cause look, these are
them
the
in
old
front.
samurai
I
houses,
really
and he's
tried to
like
build
double
depth
that.
into
How
the
big are they?
image,
They're like
but once
at
I
least
was happy
20,
with
30
this,
meters.
I could hit render. I exported a depth pass as well as the camera movement and brought everything into After Effects for compositing. I added in
Compositing? What's
some
that?
more atmosphere and lingering fog, as well as some birds flying in the distance.
Yo, if you're a
But by
bird, you
far
better
the
run
most
away, man.
important
What are you
part
doing there?
Was taking this from my clean CGI render and adding in a bunch of camera art.
I can't wait for his full movie. By the way, this is only
Effects
part. I know
to
I
make
keep
it
pausing,
look
but
like
this
it
is
was
only part
something that
1.
was
But I can't wait for part 2,
not
man.
rendered. I could then bring it in for sound mixing. Now
Sound mixing?
for the roar, I'm going to use one
Hey,
from the
come on,
Millennium
bro.
Saga.
Come on.
I'll
Zilla!
probably
Zilla has
end
one
up
of the
trying
best
to
roars.
make my
You cannot
own
convince
roar
me.
for the
Zilla's roar
final
is so
thing.
unique and iconic.
And now, with the sound mix finished and with everything else out of the way, this is the first look at Godzilla
Come on.
Shogun.
Shogui, what does that mean? Yo, if you guys speak Japanese, let me know about it. Oh. Yo, he looks cool. I love his red eye glow. Now, honestly, my favorite is his spikes. Come on, please tell me he does the atomic green. Ooh, so he has 2014's roar. 2014's roar with Zilla's ending. Now, I love his eyes. It's like cat. He kind of looks like a cat too, but Godzilla. Shogun. Oh my god. Guys, check out Philcore down in the description, but that's gonna be the end. That's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys like it. Hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.